So today we are going to talk about module number 2. Module number 2. So here deploy the site. So deploy the site means going to set up the environment. So the lab environment. So from where to configure each and every Citrix component. So then we have to make it a Zen desktop Zen app site. That is a virtual app site. So now in this session, you're going to understand about identify supporting infrastructure. So the requirement. So the base lab setup, what are the things is required? Pre-deployment virtual apps, virtual desktop build. So that means from the scratch level, the operating system we need to build it. So everything I'll show you in real time. So we have a on-premises online lab facilities available. I'll show you. The next one, review the Citrix licensing consideration. Citrix licensing is very important. So based on that only, we are delivering applications and desktops. So types of licenses. So in which company, which type of license they are using, that we will discuss. The next one, present the role of delivery controller. So main delivery controller, the control layer delivery controller service, we are going to understand what is the main role, what is the job they will be playing. The next process to set up the site. So when we are configuring the site in the delivery controller, there are some parameters we are configuring, and this is very important infrastructure details we are discussing that I'll explain. Then after, identify redundancy consideration for the site. So basically, guys, you are learning the Citrix course outside or maybe my training. So there are two different trainings will be there. So there are Citrix administration, Citrix advanced administration is there. So now I'm teaching you advanced administration because of on each and every component I'll be explaining redundancy. So redundancy is a very important components. So that is not covered in the basic level of course. So but in the training I will cover redundancy also. Redundancy means each Citrix product, if it is down, so how you can deliver your services with the secondary server. So that is called redundancy. So that also I'll explain. And we will be setting up the lab also in a redundancy consideration manner. So the first point, pre-deployment consideration. So what are the things we require? So that's very important before you want to set up. So consideration, Active Directory service is required, guys. Active Directory service. So in the Active Directory service, there are remaining key points also we need to discuss. One by one we'll discuss now. So supporting infrastructure, leverage Active Directory for authentication and authorization. So example, if users are connecting, maybe your administrator is connecting in the server. So we are managing the user account by using AD services. So that is a very securely you can manage your computer accounts and user accounts, etc. And next, DHCP service is required to deliver the IP address to endpoints. So with the help of IP address only, we are able to communicate one system to another system in the network, so that DHCP service is more important. And the DNS service is also required. So the DNS service will help us to configure with the IP address to hostname to IP address communication. So every time we don't require to communicate with IP address, even if the computer name also if you are entered, the communication will smoothly we can run by using of DNS service. And finally, so we have verify the Microsoft remote desktop licensing. So normally every Windows machine, the desktop or server, we are taking RDP, remote desktop connection. So the remote desktop connection based upon the licensing. So the licensing also will discuss. That is a very basic fundamental information. Every engineer should have that information very clearly before learning the Citrix. So now let's talk about Windows operating systems. Windows operating systems, there are two types. One is a server based operating system. Okay, one is a server based operating system, one is a desktop based operating system. Example, server OS, so 2003, 2008, 2008 R2, 2012, 2012 R2, 2016, 2019. So like that we have a different operating systems are there. Guys, at present in market, in real time environment, 2003 is a very old, that's already gone. So still some servers are migrating from 2008 to 2016 operating system. So in our lab environment, we are going to set up entire infrastructure 2016 only, guys, the latest operating system. Okay, so latest is 2019, but supporting version 2016 we are using. So this server operating system basically multi-user operating system, multi-user OS. So that means this operating system can connect more than one user at a time. This is called multi-user operating system. So we have a desktop operating system is there, desktop OS. So like we have a Windows XP, Win 7, Win 8, Windows 10, Win 11. Recently it is launched. Windows 10 also recently launched. So these all are desktop operating system. So either you directly or remotely, only single user we can connect. So this is called single user operating system. This is a single user operating system. Mostly your laptop is desktop OS, not a server operating system. Am I right? So everybody are using desktop operating system. So single user based operating system you are using, even including me. Okay. So comparatively, prices wise, features wise, so server operating system is higher than desktop OS. Are you clear? Okay. The next, when we are connecting the server remotely, the protocol called RDP protocol, remote desktop protocol we are using. So either server operating system, either desktop operating system, we are using RDP protocol. So RDP, remote desktop protocol. Okay, remote desktop protocol. So basically the service name called RDS, remote desktop service, the service name called RDS service. So that means in my network there is some computer is there, either desktop OS or a server operating system, I can connect remotely. How you can connect? Go to run, type mstsc and you can type the IP address and you can connect it. Type the IP address, you can connect it. Example, this is a server, this is a machine which is given by Kamlesh. So now I am able to connect. See, now I am directly, when you click connect, so now the machine able to connect from my system. So this is called remote desktop connection, RDC, remote desktop connection, RDC. Are you clear? So now example, I am entering the password, I am going to connect. Kamlesh, shall I connect the server? Hello.
Yeah, the last two characters I changed. I give you the new password. Just a moment.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Okay. Because every week I change some password.
That's good.
I typed here.
You can please ping me on the WhatsApp.
Yeah. I did already. Okay. Did you get it?
Yeah. Now I'm just entering the password. I'm trying to connect the machine. I'm trying to connect the machine. So what is the use? I'm connecting remotely. What is the benefit I'm connecting remotely this machine? So even the machine is in the network, I can connect remotely, I can manage the servers. So nowadays in a corporate environment, everybody, we're connecting remotely and managing our services, we are doing our work. So at present, Kamlesh is installed in this machine. In this machine, there is an operating system called 2016 operating system. Okay, this is a separate computer, physical computer, so installed with the server operating system. So what is the benefit? The server operating system is a multi-user operating system. So now at present I connected with only one user, right? At present I connected with a single user. So I connected with a single user now. But అది దాన్ని ఎత్తే దానికి ఇప్పుడు అవసరం లేదు కదా, మనకి ఇప్పుడు అవసరం లేదు శివ. అవుట్లుక్ ఓపెన్ చేయండి. So this is one user is connected. If you want to trying to connect another user also, you can connect. So if the user ID is available in the system, we can able to connect with another user remotely. Understood? Are you clear? So at a time, more than one user we can connect. This is called multi-user operating system. But desktop operating system, only one user can connect. Only one user can connect because of it is a single user operating system. Okay, so by default, for server operating system or desktop operating system, so for server operating system there are two licenses will be available. Two licenses, and desktop operating system single user license is available. Just give me a minute. Next step what you start. Put in meeting na. Then open this one. Okay. Just this one another. Okay. Time match. Evening 4:30 పెట్టాలి. Okay. Evening 4:30 అంటే వాళ్ళు 4:30. Okay. అంటే సరే మన 4:30కి వాళ్ళు పెట్టాలి. సో మన 4:30 అయినప్పుడు సో 4:30 మనది ఏంది PM IST ఇన్ EST అంటే 7 PM 7 AM వస్తుంది. సరేనా? ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తాను నేను ఇక్కడ నేను చేస్తాను 7 AMకి మార్చుతాను. ఓకే, 30 minutes. సో సెండ్ అప్డేట్ అంటే ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళందరికీ అప్డేట్ అయిపోతుంది. ఓకే ఓకే అట్లా ఏదైనా మీటింగ్ షెడ్యూల్ మార్చేది కూడా చేయాలి. అట్లా ఉంచలేదు. Yeah, I'm back. So by default, Windows Server operating system is a 2 licenses is available, and for desktop operating system only 1 license is available. Okay, so Kamlesh, for testing purpose, I'm going to create. There are 2 users. Later I'll delete it immediately.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Okay, so now at present I connected with one user, administrator. I connected with the administrator. I'll show you how these accounts are presented in the local system. So now guys, this is not a Citrix. This is a completely very basic about Windows operating system. ఇది నేను చెప్తున్నది విండోస్ ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ గురించి బేసిక్స్ చెప్తున్నాను. ఎక్కడెక్కడ అవసరం ఉంటే అక్కడక్కడ చెప్తాను. వేర్ ఎవర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ పాసిబుల్, వేర్ ఎవర్ ఈస్ రిక్వైర్డ్, ఐ టీచ్ విండోస్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్ ఆల్సో. ఓకే, సో నౌ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు కంట్రోల్ ప్యానల్ ఆన్ దిస్ మిషన్. in this machine I'm going to control panel. So the shortcut is control. Guys, always I use shortcuts. I'm always use the shortcuts because of last 10 years I'm using always shortcuts. Even I don't know where is that options are there. Okay, maximum I'll use shortcuts. You can please copy the commands. If you don't know, please separately have to put to a notebook, and whenever commands or shortcuts, so please note it down. Understood? So now in the user accounts, click here. Now there is a again user accounts, click here. Now you can check this, how many accounts are there. Guys, I have only administrator is there. Just you want to click manage another account also, only one account is there. Can we create more than one account? Yes, we can create. Guys, for testing purpose, I'm going to create a add user. I'm going to create a add user. So username is Mahesh and password is very confidential, I'm not giving. Okay, so now I just create next, and it will ask that, hey, this is your account name is Mahesh, the local account, finish. Okay, now account is created. So now two users is there, but already I already connected with one user account. I already connected with a one user account, so administrator. So now I'll create one more user account. Okay, Shiva. Next, finish. So now one more account also created. So now I'm trying to connect this machine with another user ID. So go to run MSTSC. So now going to more option. Okay. Now the username I'm trying to connect with the username is Mahesh. Connect. When it's trying to connect, it will ask the password. I know the password, I'm entering. So guys, this is a second user simultaneously connecting the server operating system. So what is the message is getting? Hey, the connection was denied because of the user account is not authorized remote login. So remote administrator login permission is not there. So what we need to do? So I need to provide a permissions. So I already connected with administrator, right? So by using this administrator account, I will provide a administrator access for Mahesh and Shiva also. So how to provide? Go to run. Okay, lusr mgmt.msc. Sorry. lusr.mgr.msc, local user manager. So lusr.mgr.msc. Okay. Now there is a groups is available here. In the groups we have to check this. Is there any option called remote access users, remote desktop users? Yeah. So what we need to do, go to remote desktop users. Okay, the member is not there. You can type Mahesh, check names, add Shiva, check names, apply. Okay. Now RDS, remote desktop access servers. So now if you go to properties, so here is the members. the members. Again, Mahesh, Shiva. Done. Next, remote management users. So I'm providing the full administrator access, guys. So apply and OK. So now I'm trying to connect from my system. Now it is asking password. I'm entering the password. Hit OK. Now I'm successfully able to connect the mission. See, with Mahesh ID I'm logging in. So go to task manager and you can check this, how many users are connected on this mission. Go to users, see 2 users are connected. Okay, shall I connect one more user? Go to run MSTSC. So as per our subject, what is the option we given? So multi-user OS, right? So shall I connect one more user? Shall I connect one more user?
Yes, sir.
Why? See, it is asking. I'm going to connect. Will you accept or not?
No, it will not accept.
Why? Any reason?
No. It's like two concurrent users can be connected, you know.
2 concurrent users can connect. So
Yes.
already 2 concurrent users already connected. So administrator and Mahesh. So if third user is not allowing to connect. So what we need to do? Anyone we need to disconnect. Example, if I'm select the Mahesh, so the request is sent to Mahesh. See, so remote desktop connection, someone is that Shiva is asking to connect it. Hey, do you want to accept or no? Do you want to cancel? Cancel it. You can please continue your work. So if you click OK, so Mahesh will log off and Shiva able to log in the machine. So what do you mean that? What do you mean that? So by default, even though multi-user operating system, server operating system, only 2 users can log in. Only 2 users. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you more than 2 users, if you want to log in, more than 2 users if you want to log in, so we need to install the remote desktop services and licensing we need to install. So remote desktop services licensing is available in the server operating system, So how to install? But I'm not installing, but I'll show you how to install. So go to start, go to start. We have an option called server manager. Click on that. So we have add roles and features. Click here and click on next. And next. See here. We have option called remote desktop services. Remote desktop services is there. If you install this role, we can access more than 2 users. We can access more than 2 users. Okay, fine, that's really good. Okay, is there any limitation? Is there any limitation to connect this server? Yes, the limitation is number of licenses you are purchasing from Microsoft. That is called RDS CALs. RDS CALs is a licensing count for remote desktop services. How many licenses you are installing on this server? Only those many users we can connect. Those many users you are connect. Okay. Why, Mahesh, you are giving this much of a boring subject you are teaching me? Okay, this is a very important for me to understand. So you please teach Citrix. Why you are teaching Windows? Anyone will ask the question like that? No. Why? because our Citrix is completely depending on this service, guys. Citrix is completely depending on this remote desktop service. So then only you have attended yesterday class, right? There is a published desktop, published apps, single server can accessible by multiple user. Do you remember yesterday class?
Yes, sir.
So if you not install remote desktop, it won't accept, but don't worry. But while we install the Citrix, automatically the service will be installed backend. You don't want to do install. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
You don't want to install anything, automatically Citrix will manage it. So just is my job, I want to teach you. So I'm giving the basic, very scratch level information. So at the time of 10 years back, whenever we are learning the course, so at the time ZenDesktop 3, ZenApp 3, so that time we are installing manually these services. So that time we are learning 2003 version. Okay. So in that we are installing everything, but nowadays everything is automated. So when we are installing, it will automatically install it. Everyone is clear, right? In this concept?
Yeah.
So now I'm going to delete these users due to security reasons. Okay. Go to run, control, user accounts, and manage another account, select and delete the account, delete files, delete the account. Yes. Next, Shiva, delete the account, delete files, delete account. Okay guys, next. So we have a OU concept. OU. What is meaning of OU? So OU means organization unit. So in a company, there are many projects we are managing, many divisions we are managing. So we are managing and separate entities, separate groups. So we are creating the OUs, organization structures. Okay. So based on that, we can differentiate server desktop separately and desktop operating system separately, end users separately, VAP users separately. We can manage it. So going forward, even I will also set up the OU configurations in AD. In AD, I'll set up the OU configurations. Don't worry. So we will configure it. And coming to the next one, DNS. DNS is used like a name resolution service between IP to hostname and hostname to IP address. Okay. So that's a very important. The DNS service. So without DNS service, nothing will work. And DHCP, so DHCP will maintain the IP addresses. If any machine is not have IP address in the range, the DHCP will allocate IP address based on the lease duration period. So even that also I'll explain going forward class. So if chances are available, I will explain, or maybe other trainer will take these topics like a DNS, AD installation, DHCP configuration, everything. So any questions in the consideration of Active Directory services?
No.
Yeah. So next, so like this we have creating an account. Don't worry. So when we are starting the lab, so at that time I'll go to AD and I'll create an account. So now when we creating a computer names, so we will follow some structure. So the naming parameters, naming conventions. So I'll provide you the own naming conventions. So based on our convenient, so I'll give you, don't worry. So the next one, certificate authorities. The certificate authorities we are not configuring day one. So going forward, we have a service name called security service. In that area, we will configure the certificate authority and separate server, and based on that we will provide the certificate to wherever the server is required. We are installing and configuring it. So this is a secured service. This is called SSL configurations. So now the group policies, and also we have a separate concept is the policies. So in that area we will configure the policies based on our requirement. So now this is the firewall configurations. So even firewall configuration is managing by security team, your network team, so that we don't require to bother about the firewall. But anyhow, when we are installing and configuring the Windows machine, we directly turn off the Windows firewall, because each server we have a different port numbers to communicate with other server. So the firewall port number should open up the inbound and outbound rules, but we don't require, that is not our job. So you can skip this. So we can turn off the firewall, but you should remember the port numbers for the respected services. So going forward, whenever I'm installing and configuring services, I'll definitely I'll update you. So this is a port number, please note it down. So this slide is very important. This slide is very important. If you want, you can take a screenshot. If you want, you can take a screenshot, no worries.
Okay, sir.
Moving to the next slide. So now storage. So what type of storage you are using? It depends. So based on our convenient, so we will use a local storage, we will use a shared storage. We have a both storages are available. So even I will be configuring the SAN storage, so network file share services, so that, so based on our environment, we are going to set up. So like if you are using local storage, random machines and public desktop will be supported, and if you have a shared storage, the static and user home file directories will be supported. So this very important concept. Going forward, we will learn this course. Okay. So now VLAN separations. Basically, when we are configuring the networks, so the networks we are separately we are bringing in our environment. So based on our infrastructure level, the network will be segregated. So at the time of server building, I'll show you how to configure the network settings. So now the database size. So now the database size, we have 3 different models we can deliver. So like proof of concept. So proof of concept means that during the training and all, you are a delivery controller and you are a database you can install on single server. So your wish. And maybe if you have a separately database server is have like a SQL separate server, and delivery controller you can install on a separate machine. So in this case, 2 different servers needed. This is called legacy environment. And today environments we are using the logging database, monitoring database, site database. We have 3 types of databases are there. So these 3 types of databases are, either you can select in the POC environment, either you can select the legacy environment. That is your wish. But the database size is how much you need to maintain. So expected peak size 31 MB, 198. So these are the things will be there. So hosted shared desktop, virtual desktop infrastructure. So for server, for a desktop operating system, if you are delivering, so this much of database size you need to maintain. But again, the number of applications, number of users are managing and connecting the Citrix environment. So this much of data size you need to use. But at present, guys, they're not using in MB. Definitely, they'll be used the database size in a GB level. You don't worry at all. Even we will, at least we will allocate for 10 to 20 GB of free space for a site database configuration. Any questions here?
The limitation, SQL Express.
Yes, yes. No, no. SQL Express is a basic one. So
Yeah.
if you're installing standard one, this is a enterprise model.
Okay.
So in our environment, we will set up separate SQL server. Don't worry. Okay. Individual SQL server also will install. So now the Windows licensing virtual desktops. So like we have a different licensing is there. So one is a KMS license server. What is meaning of KMS license? For operating system license, if you are managing, this is called KMS license server. For remote desktop services for managing, RDS license is managing. Okay. So if your endpoint is managing, Windows based session management server you are managing it. So different licenses we are managing for different operating systems.
Sir, I have doubts.
Yes, please.
Sir, we use this license only when we buy Citrix product, right? The KMS or these licenses are something which is
No, this is a by default Windows licenses.
all
Okay.
three.
Example, you have purchased laptop. You are installing operating system. It will ask license, right?
Yes.
So we have to install product license, the Windows license we require, operating system license. But example, you have a purchased a server operating system. So server operating system license also we need to buy it. Okay. After that, you want to connect to more than 2 users. Which license you want?
RDS.
RDS license. That's
Yeah.
it. So based on that, which what work you are doing, so those type of license you need to buy.
So what is KMS, sir? KMS?
Key management system. So there is a separate server will be there. For example, in
Okay.
your company, so you have a nearly 100 servers you configured, but you don't
Okay.
have time to configure each and every server licensing, okay, activation. So one
Okay.
server you are creating KMS and installing all the license files. If the server is connected to KMS, automatically the key will be updated on the server end. Automation, automatically key activation.
Okay.
Hmm. So now in this case, we don't have any duplication activations. So it will activate it properly for each and every one, and it will be track the how many missions are registered and activated licenses. So that is a good one. Most of the companies they're using KMS,
Okay.
but we are not using KMS and all. Why? Because of your learning testing purpose, right? So we don't
Yes,
have any
sir.
licenses and all.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Anyone? Any questions? So now then apart from that application license also we need to buy. Example, this is a Citrix server. So Citrix server, what are the license you are buying normally? Operating system license. Next, RDS license. Next, Citrix VDA license. Next, what are the applications you are installing? Application license also we need to install. This is called application license concept. Okay.
Okay, sir. So now, except Citrix, all the other license we buy from Microsoft.
I'm not understand your question.
Now, to activate Citrix product, we buy separate license, right, from Citrix.
Each and everything we need to buy. There is no doubt
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah. So for the one which you spoke in the previous slide, that we'll buy from Microsoft, right?
Exactly. Microsoft.
This.
This
Yeah. For
is
this one.
from the vendor. based on the application vendor.
Okay.
Example, you are installing MS Office. You have to purchase
Okay.
from Microsoft only.
Yeah. Okay.
Example, you are installing VLC player. So you have to
Okay.
contact the VLC player company and you have to download it. Example, you are installing Photoshop. So Photoshop company, you need to contact the license.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
So Adobe Reader you are installing. So you have to contact Adobe.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay. Okay.
So question, how many databases are created by default when deploying an on-premises Citrix virtual desktop and application site? 3 databases. One is site database, configuration logging database, monitoring database. Very, very important. Please note it down immediately. Take a screenshot if possible. Definitely this is a question will coming in interview or exam also. Site configuration and monitoring database. Any questions? No? Okay guys. Then next, Citrix licensing setup. Citrix licensing setup we need to do. So Citrix licensing setup means, so what are the things you require? So we have many components are there in Citrix. Okay. First of all, I'll note down the Citrix components. Citrix virtual apps and virtual desktop components. So license, delivery controller, studio, director, storefront. So these are the 5 roles, 5 components. So first role we need to install license. First role we need to install license. So what we need to do? So Citrix consideration the license models. So user license, device license, concurrent license. Now guys, latest one I told you, no. So if you are checking the old PPTs, you will get only these 3 things. So now this is the latest one, Citrix cloud service subscription. Citrix cloud service subscriptions. There are 4 types of licenses are available. Okay. Example, if you are purchasing number of users in a company, so that is called user based license. If you're purchasing number of devices in your company, you're purchasing the number of device based, so device license. So the concurrent license means number of users are accessing the sessions from the different devices. Okay, different devices. So those many sessions, though based on the session wise, if you're purchasing the license, we call it as concurrent licenses. So fourth one, a user connect from different device. So user can connect from different devices to access Citrix services based on the subscription per user. So this is called Citrix cloud services. But what is the differences? Example, if a user license or device license, if used, example user based license, the session is connected. So the license is registered for 90 days. Example, if user is terminated, if user is going for a long leave, the license is not retrieved. So that is a unnecessary waste. Even device also same thing. If purchasing the device license, if the users are connected the session with the device and the license is delivered by license server and the license is reserved for 90 days, for 3 months. So if the device is crashes, if device is not using, so the license is waste. But concurrent license, if user is connected the session like applications and desktop, the license is available and is provided to the session. Once user is logged off the session, automatically the license will be returned to the license server. So login, license used, log off, license will be returned to the license server. So log off and log in, license will be acquired and returned to the license server. So again, this is also Citrix Cloud. So once each user, if you're taking the subscription, so 30 days at least minimum connections. So then it will be not removed. Example, if user is connected, the session, and we can use it continuously. Maybe example, user is going for a long leave and terminated, the license is waste. So out of all the licenses, which license is the best model for your company?
Concurrent, I think.
Concurrent, yes.
Concurrent.
Yes. Yes. So concurrent is the best model, guys. Guys, application delivery, everything is same. Desktop delivery is everything is same. But model license is different. So this is a very important. Please take a screenshot immediately. Guys, if you want to take a screenshot and if you're preparing notes, you always welcome. Please go for it. Okay? Next, moving to, so we have Citrix license, Citrix product license is there. So we have Citrix Virtual Apps, Citrix Virtual Desktop is there. So again, Citrix Virtual Apps, we have a standard, advanced, premium is there. And Citrix Virtual Desktop standard, advanced, premium is there. Guys, now product name is changed. So that's why I'm displaying the latest slide. So previously, if I'll give you the old slides also, so you can compare with this. So you will see that the license versions are different. You will see. So this is the latest up-to-date version. So now the product we have these are the features, right? So which are the tick mark? The features is available. Which are the tick mark not available? The feature is not available. So based on this slide, so which model is the best for your environment? If you want to buy, you want all the features. So which product you will buy for your company? You will suggest?
Yeah, premium.
Premium, right? That's correct. So which premium? Citrix Virtual Desktop Editions premium or advanced one? Okay. So guys, now why the people are always called virtual desktop means if virtual desktop advanced license model or premium license model, you can guys go for mute now. Kamlesh. Okay. So based on which model of the license they're using, mostly companies are buying virtual desktop advanced edition mostly or premium. So that's why all the features are available to company to deliver the services to the customers. Okay guys, are you clear?
I have a question,
Yes, please.
Yeah, if I go for like Citrix Virtual Desktop Edition, it will include the virtual app license or not?
Yeah, good question. So the virtual desktops or virtual apps, that's not a concept. The features are
Okay.
very important. Okay, so these features are included in the models. Example, if you're going for a car showroom, you're buying a car. Example, Maruti Swift. Okay, we have a LX, VX, VDI something, right? So we have three variants: low variant, mid variant, top variant. Same way, same way. So here the features are included in some versions and all the features available in the top branded versions. That's it. So if you purchase the Citrix virtual desktop, so all the features available means, so what are the features you are doing in the virtual apps, you can do it with the virtual desktop also. So now many people are confusing in this model. Okay, now are you clear?
Yes.
So if the Citrix license server not only managing the Citrix virtual desktop side, okay, even your hypervisor also can manage. So your delivery controller, your operating system, and your Zen server hypervisor and your endpoint management also you can manage. So nowadays license server is managing for multiple purpose, not only for virtual desktop. So Zen desktop side, Zen app side, hypervisor and endpoint management. All the license we are managing from here is a common resource tool. So now the requirement to deploy license server, either you can select the Citrix cloud or on premises. So Citrix cloud means you can directly go to a browser and you can create it, or else if you go for on premises you have to build a server, okay, and install the software and open the firewall port and you have to configure it. So tomorrow we are going to configure this server and on premises, in on premises or cloud, anything would be fine, your wish. Okay, but concept is same. We are going to build a server. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so now time is 1 o'clock. Okay, so now I'm stopping here. So once the license server is installed, then I'll explain the license server communication ports, so then only you can understand, otherwise you cannot. Okay,
Okay, sir.
yeah.